Mounjaro and Ozempic are everywhere just now. So many people are calling them miracle weight loss injections, and other people are calling them an absolute cheat code, an absolute easy way to weight loss. As a personal trainer and fat loss coach who's coached hundreds of people at this stage lose weight and at the same time struggled with my own weight loss journey, I wanted to give Mounjaro a try. Now lately, so many of my one-to-one clients in the gym have been talking about these weight loss injections, and I wanted to just cut through the noise, do my own research and try it myself so I can bring them and yourself information from a unique perspective of someone who's helped coach weight loss. So how I've been coaching my clients to lose weight all these years is by focusing on improving their nutrition, implementing better lifestyle habits and getting them into the gym and following a proper workout plan. With 64% of the UK's population either being overweight or obese, the vast majority of people are not following these things. So it's my job as a coach to help people navigate their weight loss and implementing these new habits and behaviours into their busy lives in a way that's sustainable and it doesn't cause as much stress as what people think it causes when they start something like this out for the first time. A lot of my clients come to me having tried everything under the sun to lose weight. You know, they've tried all the slimming clubs under the sun, they've tried all the fad diets under the sun. There was one client in particular who got herself and her husband to eat only fruit for a couple of days before they ended up patching it and going, "Oh, this is way too much." That's the level of extremes that people are willing to go to lose weight. So it's only natural if people are willing to go to the extremes of eating only fruit, only meat, or only juices to cleanse and to detox, why not inject yourself with some miracle fat loss injection? Now, before we get into it, I just want to say that these medications are not magic in themselves. It's not that you can sit back, inject some Mounjaro into your body, and then that's it, the fat just melts off you. There's a wee bit more to it than that, but in its simplest, most purest form, these medications work by slowing down your digestion and reducing your appetite. You eat less, therefore you're going to lose weight. It's really that simple. But what makes this hard for the majority of people away from the weight loss injections is day-to-day life is stressful. I spoke in another video recently about how it's not just the foods that we eat, but it's why we eat the foods. A lot of people are eating and overeating because they're bored, they're lonely, they're depressed, they feel that they're missing purpose in their life. And it's these stressors and the desire to cope and to feel good about themselves for a split second that causes them to go and either emotionally eat or binge eat or continue to get a takeaway, overriding the logic that they say, "Oh, this isn't going to be good for your health," but in the moment they're so emotional that they end up overriding that logic and going to get the takeaway anyway. Now, I'm actually starting to lean towards thinking there's a good place for these injections in people's lives. As the more research that comes out, the side effects seem to be quite slim. A few people may experience things like having a bit of sickness, maybe feeling a bit nauseous, either feeling constipated or having diarrhea, and having a bit more gas, which compared to the risks of living year after year being either really overweight or obese, I think that's a fair trade-off. Now, everybody's going to be unique and different and in a different position, and I'm by no means sitting here claiming to be a doctor knowing everything, and I'm definitely not sitting here saying you should take these things. I do believe that there's a scope for these to help people on their weight loss journey, especially with people who are really overweight and obese who probably wouldn't have made the start into changing their habits and beliefs simply because they don't have enough belief in themselves to start. For example, if someone's been overweight for 20 years, that's 20 years of them thinking, "I can't make a change." You might be sitting there thinking, "Oh, I'm a useless failure, I can't do this, I've tried before, so what's the point in trying now?" That negative self-talk over that many years makes it very, very difficult for that person to make a change. But at the same time, if all they need to do is take an injection and that gets them to lose a couple of pounds and gets that mindset shifted, then they can start moving towards changing their habits, their beliefs, their behaviours. They can start getting into the gym. So I do think it's going to help shift a lot of people out of the ruts that they're currently in. Now, I do have a concern, and it's the fact that we as humans like to take the easy road for things. If you look at the life that we've built for ourselves, we no longer need to walk everywhere. We can get food delivered 24/7 to our door. We get next day deliveries on whatever we purchase online. Life is very easy now, and it can be easy to sit and look at those weight loss injections and go, "That's it, that's the magic pill, that's all I need to take, and that's going to be all my problems solved." But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. You will still need to change how you eat, you still have to exercise, you still have to put in some work. Because ultimately, if you're not changing your habits or your behaviours around exercise and nutrition, and you take yourself off of these medications, the weight is just going to come straight back on. So where I think these weight loss injections have a big place is giving them a chance to see what it's like to not be constantly hungry or thinking about food all the time, and to give people a nice wee boost in confidence to recognise that they are capable of making a change. So you might be sitting there wondering, if I'm a personal trainer and I coach people to lose weight, why am I trying it? As I said before, I've struggled all my life with my weight. My weight's gone up, it's gone down. I know what it's like to be insecure, being on holiday where it's 30 degrees outside, wearing a black t-shirt by the pool, swimming with my shirt on because I don't want to take my top off, being afraid of what people are going to think about me. I know what it's like to lose the weight and how difficult it is to maintain that. And all my life I have struggled with a form of disordered emotional eating where I'm eating a packet of crisps and I know there's another 5 in there. My mind is thinking about those 5 while I'm still eating the first packet, and the only way that that noise can get overridden is if I was to go and grab the other 5. Losing the weight has been tough and maintaining it has been tough, and even to this day my weight still fluctuates up and down. Even though I've trained and ran a marathon and countless half marathons, exercised daily, managed my nutrition, counted calories, there is still something within my head that is making it harder for me to manage nutrition. And because we've only got a certain amount of bandwidth every day, if a big chunk of that energy and bandwidth is going towards thinking about food all the time, that's taken away from important things like spending time with your family, working on a business, and working on your own self. So the reason I took my first dose of Mounjaro yesterday is to give it a try, to feed back to my clients, to feed back to you guys, and to see if it has an impact on my relationship with food, to see if it can calm down the noise in my head so that I can go about focusing on other things, like making these videos and helping my clients out and spending time with my family without always thinking and worrying about food and beating myself up because I'm overeating my calories. I'm absolutely exhausted fighting what seems to be a losing battle, trying all these extreme fat loss methods for myself. At one stage, before I got married years ago, I went 8 days without eating, thinking, oh, I'm going on a big long fast, I'm letting my body eat its fat, all the while working in a fast food cafe. So there's definitely no lack of willpower or trying. There's definitely something going on in my head, and I'm excited to try these to see what it's like to not have all of this inner dialogue around food. Now, once again, I'm not here to say that these medications are going to be the quick fix that everyone thinks they are. You're still going to have to put in the work and the effort, and I'm by no means saying that you have to jump on them. Obviously, speak to your doctor and your healthcare provider and all of that jazz. What I'm going to be doing, giving my clients and yourself frequent updates to see if these are the magical miracle injections that people are claiming them to be. Now, if you found this video useful, YouTube seems to think that you're going to find this video here quite useful as well.